Do you have to work with a fancy architecture firm to have a cool office? Hello everyone, welcome to another episode of The Future in 5. My name is Jacob Morgan. This is where I share thoughts, ideas, and commentary on the future of work in 5 minutes or less. I'm here in New York City to give a keynote to a bunch of executives in the broadcasting industry. And we just hosted our Future of Work Forum in Chicago 2 weeks ago. And during one of the breaks, there was a conversation that broke out among some of the attendees around office design. And we were talking about these cool office designs at organizations like Google and Facebook and LinkedIn. And some of the attendees said, I don't have millions of dollars to spend on a new office space. I can't create a Google. I'm not going to put a slide. I'm not going to put beautiful wood trimmings all over my space. And then before I could even say anything, one of the other attendees chimed in. I won't say his name or company because I don't know if he wants me to. But one of the other attendees chimed in and he said, you don't need to hire these guys. He was of the belief that a lot of these large fancy architecture firms can be a waste of money. Doesn't mean they all are, but they can be because oftentimes they are trying to design physical spaces that they themselves do not work in for a culture that they perhaps do not understand. And these two members at our event started having a conversation, and the lady asked the guy, she said, all right, well, if we don't have millions of dollars to spend, then what do we do? And the gentleman said, well, at my previous company, we had a budget of a couple $1,000s. We recruited employees that were going to volunteer to show up to work on a weekend. We went to Ikea. We bought a bunch of furniture. We bought a bunch of paint. We bought tools. We bought whatever we need. And then on the weekend, all these employees showed up and they helped actually create and design the space that they wanted to work in. Now, of course, this doesn't mean that they tore down walls and, moved common areas and, nothing like hardcore like that. But they were able to redesign their spaces. They were able to add color. They were able to create open floor plans. They were able to create community desks. They were able to bring more life to it, and they were able to create it themselves. So if you want to create an interesting workplace or a cool workplace, the fact that you don't have money, I don't think is a fair excuse. First of all, if you're a large organization, you do have money, you just haven't prioritized it for something like this. But if you're a smaller or mid-sized organization, you don't need tens of millions of dollars to do this. You can get employees to help kind of create the physical space that they actually want to be a part of. But again, if you're in a large organization, you have thousands of employees, hundreds of thousands, tens of thousands of employees. Let's be honest, guys, you have the budget. It's just not a priority for you, which is why you have an allocated budget to creating that type of a physical space. But again, this doesn't need to be expensive. This doesn't need to be costly or time consuming. You're not trying to recreate Google. You're essentially just trying to create a space that your employees want to work in. So ask what they care about, ask what they value. Again, I'm not in favor of creating a Pinocchio's Island type of mentality, but there's nothing wrong with having employees have a voice in the type of environment that they want to create. So do you need to spend millions of dollars? No. Alternative, again, go to Ikea, recruit some employees, show up on the weekend and start to redesign the spaces and get employees to actually do the work. I'm sure many of them would love to do it. Curious to hear what you think. Leave me a comment below. If you work for a large organization and you're a leader there, make sure to visit the Future of Work community at fowcommunity.com. You can connect with a bunch of other peers there, attend some of our cool events, etc. If you want to subscribe to the newsletter, text the word future to the number 44222. Again, that's the word future to the number 44222. That's assuming you're in the United States. If you're out of the country, you're just going to have to visit my website, thefutureorganization.com, and then you can click on the newsletter tab there. That's it for me from New York. There's the view, 52nd floor, I believe, at the London Hotel. I'll see you guys next time on an episode of The Future in 5. Hey, are you interested in the future of work? If so, make sure to subscribe to the YouTube channel so you can get all the latest content on the future of work and stay up to date on all the latest trends and happenings. Not to mention, you will make me very, very happy. Make sure to subscribe.